All right, this is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, starting 1 West 125th Street under Commanding General YAHANNA. All right, so this is the Brotherhood class, and what I'm saying, how we always speak on, the state of our people, what I'm saying, and the records of our people, what I'm saying, on how we dealt with things, and what I'm saying, what it is to be a brother, and what it is to be a sister. What I'm saying? Right now, our class right now is going to be about, what I'm saying, we never get on the women. So this time we're gonna bring out some sister scriptures. All right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and read Proverbs 10 and 18 for
me. Come on, come. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 18. He that hideth hatred with lying lips,
right,
and he that uttereth a slander is a fool.
Right. So he that hideth hatred with lying lips, you know what I'm saying, and uttereth a slander, you know what I'm saying, that's basically you talking behind somebody's back. That's like, you know what I'm saying, it's like gossip. Right. It's a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's basically what you're saying is something that's not true. It's basically like starting a rumor. It's you trying to you know what I'm saying, trying to destroy somebody's reputation instead of building it. You know what I'm saying? That's what basically a slander, you know what I'm saying, gossiping, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to destroy that man's or woman's reputation. A lot of women do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? They'll try to spread rumors about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Something that's not even true, something that never happened, and end up destroying, said sister's reputation. You know what I'm saying? Or a sister might start gossiping towards her husband, and the husband he feel like he needs to take action on said rumor. You know what I'm saying?
Slack, if I may.
Go ahead.
It's also an act of being a coward, because even if what you're throwing out there is true, it's none of your business, but it's your opinion, your concerns about a certain someone that you wouldn't bring to them. You know, you feel more comfortable saying it behind their back, but instead of bringing it up to them, which means you don't really care about them. You just you just refuse to deal with them face to face, and because you have a certain dislike for them, you think what you feel about them, if people will give you an ear, it would help you destroy their reputation. So
right, like just do Matthew 18:15, man. Mm-hmm. Go to him and him alone, so you can repair you know whatever is going wrong with y'all's relationship or whatever. That's how you repair a relationship, a friendship. You just go to that person and speak with them. If they're able to hear your cause, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, whatever's going on. You know what I'm saying? You've gained your friend back. Go ahead.
Salaki, it's funny that you say that, because 9 times out of 10 it comes from a former friend. Betrayal, as strange as it is, betrayal never comes from an enemy. It only comes from a friend. An enemy can't betray somebody that they weren't cool with in the first place. So it happens with a lot of friendships, mainly women, which is why we own this topic. You was friends with somebody, something happened, and instead of hashing it out, you acted like a child and y'all stopped talking, and then you start spreading rumors, and it just becomes a whole big giant mess that didn't have to be, if y'all would have just been more courageous adults and hashed it out in conversation. Hear each other out humbly too. You have to give instructions on hearing each other out. It has to be humbling. Some people only listen to respond. You know, a lot of women listen just so waiting for that moment. As soon as you stop breathing in a sentence, they clapping back. That's not mature. That's not humble. That's not being a good friend. That's not anything good. That's a coward, and that's just a childish way of being.
Right. Right. You gotta, both. It takes both parties to listen to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because what matters is the truth. The bottom. You know what I'm saying? The bottom line of the thing. You know what I'm saying? In a disagreement. If one person's just so focused on being right, then it's not gonna work. You can't repair nothing when somebody else don't want to come down to what's true or not. Go ahead.
Slagi. So that include admitting when you're wrong. You know, in an argument, everybody want to be the right one because they want to walk away from the argument and say they won it. You know, it's a sense of entitlement of saying I won that argument. They couldn't tell me nothing.
Right.
But in order to hash things out, both parties need to submit to the truth, and that means admitting when you was wrong.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to admit that what they was wrong. They think it's like some kind of, I don't know, walk of shame or something when you was proven wrong.
Right.
When really it's a courageous thing to say, "Hey, I was wrong." That means you're learning from your mistake and you plan on doing better. But if you just trying to find some kind of justification for your wrongdoing, and man, you have no goodwill toward the person that you supposed to be friends with in the first place, and
Right.
you got to fix that. You know, so
Right. It's better to fix the relationship than just to have it crumble. You know what I'm saying? Especially if this is, especially if we rely on each other as a people. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to depend on your brothers and sisters, man. So it's better that, you go to that person, both of y'all, that of course that's step one. You know what I'm saying? You go to that person, y'all talk it out, y'all try to come to agreement. You know what I'm saying? And if not, then you gotta go to counsel.
and Salakia, this ain't just for friendships either. This for relationships, because
Right.
everybody know it's damn near impossible to get a woman to say she was wrong in a relationship. And you're right. You have to humble yourself and hash things out in order for things to be better. And you know what happens when you hash things out in a relationship, women? You get pounded twice as hard in the bed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I'm wrong, let me know. But I don't think I'm wrong on that one. A few strokes a night will make everything all right. And if you don't, double back twice.
Damn. You know what I'm saying? Peep game.
For real, for real. Hey, boss, that round too.
But read. Let's go ahead and get Ecclesiasticus 22:7. If you could, Baba Kashal. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna take. That's why if you need assistance, you need help. That's what brotherhood and sisterhood is for.
Please
You know
ask
what I'm saying? 22:7. You know what I'm saying? It's for brothers and sisters to help each other, man. Because nobody can, especially this life, nobody can do this mug alone.
22-7, count on one count.
Yeah, nobody can do this mug alone. So it's gonna take another person to help you. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got rank and order.
Right.
You got from troopers all the way to officers of 5,000 and captains and generals. Everybody needs counsel at some point, to so they can better themselves. So go ahead and read that for me.
Count on one count. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22, verse 7. Whoso teacheth a fool is as one that glueth a potsherd together.
No, you in 22 and 27.
22 and 27?
Yeah.
7, Salakia. Come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 22, verse 27. Who shall set a watch before my mouth?
Right.
And a seal of wisdom upon my lips.
Right. So who's going to watch my mouth? Who's going to, put a seal of wisdom on my lips? Who's gonna, teach me how to behave? Teach me what's right and what's wrong according to the situation. You know what I'm saying? That's why sisters need a man over them. That's why that's why there's rank and order. That's why it's the man and then the woman and then the kids.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
But I choose me before any man. And, I don't need no man to tell me what to do.
Well, shit.
I'm an independent woman.
Well, damn. Well, that's why you just gonna stay by yourself. Nobody has to get married. Nobody has to get married. You know what I'm saying? You can be the village idiot if you want to be.
Right.
That's what you want to do.
Right.
So this is for the women who want to be virtuous and who want to do right. That's what this is for. All this rebuke and checking and correction is for the sisters who want to do better. Now, if you want to just be single and independent, then, you know what I'm saying? You do your thing, then. Go ahead.
But, the spirit of a strong, so to speak, strong, independent woman and everything is not really that of a woman, it's that of a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me what to do. I'm this and that, and it's also the spirit of a child. It's like a man, but a small child combined. Damn. And it's just something nobody want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me what to do. Right. Yeah, that sounds like a child. I could do this on my own. That sounds like a man. I mean,
you're not my daddy.
You're not my daddy, But, Salaki, but you calling a bunch of random niggas in the bed daddy, being a whore. That ain't some no righteous man, or really any man for that matter, want to deal with.
Right.
So, humble yourself.
Right.
Learn to shut your ass up.
Right.
Just shut up. Silence is a beautiful thing sometimes. Hold on, let's try it. I just felt a little bit of peace just right then and there. Shut up.
Damn.
But some women can't take that.
Right. Silence is golden.
Silence is golden. Yeah, if you had a quiet woman around the house, the man would come check on you more often. You okay? You good? You want me to go get you some ice cream or something? You want something to drink?
Want a happy meal?
Want a happy meal? What can I do for you? You so quiet. Man, turn on music or something. You want to go dancing? Something.
Nah, I mean you on it, brother. Like how the scriptures say, who's going to watch my mouth, man? Who's going to put a seal of wisdom, on my mouth, man? Because that's why you need an Ottawa to teach you not to be the sister everybody hates being around. You know what I'm saying? You like sisterhood repellent. You can't hang around other women because you're just gonna end up gossiping and talking low about your own husband and the brothers around you. Oh, okay, Salaki. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is, man, with some sisters, man. No matter who they get around with, you know what I'm saying? That's toxic femininity. You know what I'm saying? They just spread more and more rumors. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but talk. So keep reading.
That I fall not suddenly by them, and that my tongue destroy me not.
Right. So that your tongue destroy you not. You know what I'm saying? Like how most people, you know what I'm saying, like in the world, most brothers, get into a fight or something over a woman. Most nations fall over a woman. Saying women destroy nations because they're too busy whispering in a nigga's ear. Go ahead.
Or just being a whore. Like it's like you just said, it's been some wars over women. This is my wife, and a man from another village or another nation to slept with my wife. That's good enough reason for me to come over there and tear some things up and burn your village down.
Right.
You to ravage what was mine.
Man,
That's my treasure. When I'm not feeling at peace with myself and I go to sleep at night, that's right there by me to make sure I go into some type of peace, and you done took my peace away.
Right.
I have to destroy your village so not another breed of you comes my way again. That was the mentality back in the day. There don't need to be another. It's kind of like, well, I can't say the word, but unworthy to be called men. You know, a bunch of.
What nowadays? Wait.
I want to say the B word so
Bitch.
bad.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
Okay, well, a bunch of bitches. I don't want another bitch like you existing. So I have to go destroy your village because you represent your village and you were such a bitch. I have to assume your whole village is bitches. So I got to destroy that because your bitch ass then, got in my bitch.
Damn.
I don't like that.
You know, especially if a man, you know what I'm saying, if he believes that's the only woman he can get, you know what I'm saying, that nigga is coming after you, man. He's coming for recompense. Like he's coming to get you, man. You know, so you know, it everything matters how you talk to people, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It all matters, you know. You and especially the way you do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, so when you speak to, you know, your sister or brother and you speak, you know what I'm saying, to a brother or a sister, you know what I'm saying, always come with the right spirit. You know what I'm saying? Don't come as a lying spirit. You know what I'm saying? Always do things in righteousness.
Oh, Salakia.
Go ahead.
Don't come as a disrespectful spirit either, because you can be firm and not disrespectful. This is for men and women. And sometimes when people get so caught up in anger, they don't know how to separate their emotions from what's really real. Like, despite how you're upset, who you're talking to may be your one of your biggest allies, your biggest friends, one of your greatest family members, but because you lean more into emotions instead of logic and how to approach this person, you lost all manner of speaking correctly. You chose to disrespect.
And that's a good point, because like even at your job, like you want to be like how the scriptures say, wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Like you destroy a lot of opportunities, you know what I'm saying, at your job, you know what I'm saying, in the school, you know what I'm saying, probably with, you know, if you're a man, then it might be with women. And if you're a woman, you probably destroy a lot of good opportunities to get good men, because you just don't know how to hold your tongue. You don't know how to communicate well. You know, it comes down to how you communicate with somebody. And if you're not, you know, and if the way you communicate with somebody, you know what I'm saying, people gonna look at you like you know, worse than mosquito repellent. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard for you to gain, you know what I'm saying, allies. You're gonna miss a lot of opportunities. So give me Psalms 50 and 19. Saying
50 and 19.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? Watch your behavior. Watch how you communicate. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read that, man.
Come, I don't want to come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 15, verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You gave your mouth to evilness. You know, when you speak, it's of unrighteous things. You know what I'm saying? Read that definition right there.
Come, I don't want to come. This is the definition of deceit, the action or practice of deceiving someone by concealing or misrepresenting the truth.
Right. That's slander, man. You know what I'm saying? You twisting the truth of something. You know, you're not even saying the truth. You're trying to deceive someone so you can get them to be against another person. You know what I'm saying? That's deceitfulness.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
You're trying to be the victim in the situation when indeed you wasn't the victim at all. You was probably the attacker. You know, and that goes with many multiple topics, such as random innocent black men being arrested for being falsely accused of rape.
Right.
You know, or if you want to go to high school days, you know, select group of girls want to be the mean girls, just pick on one innocent chick because they think nothing's gonna happen to them, but you know it's fun. Just being mean is fun. Or your life is so boring. You know, fast forward to the adult days, your life is so boring. You need some type of drama to be somewhat relevant. So you stir some things up in your circle just to see what would happen.
Or Salakia, like even in your own relationship, in your own home, you start an argument for no reason. You know what I'm saying? You start uh, breaking your husband down, making his hands weak. You know, just cause you wanna start an argument, and that's how some women are, man. They just want drama. They're they're addicted to the drama. You know what I'm saying? You got any more?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going, man.
Come on, will come. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 20. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son.
Right. So when you speak, you know what I'm saying, you might be like how the verse above it said, you're deceiving. You're being deceiving. You know, you speaking against, you're slandering your own brother, your own people. You know, so it's best that you know what I'm saying, you watch what you say, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to speak good things to your people and build them up. You know what I'm saying? When you speak against your own people, man, you breaking down, you know what I'm saying, you're making the hands of your own people weak. You're bringing a schism to the nation.
That's like it. Something is to be said about people like that. They are straight up attention whores or just whores, period. You know, they need attention. They need to feel relevant. They didn't get enough love from somebody they wanted love from when they was younger, or they got their heart hurt by somebody, you know, that they cared about, and they don't want to feel vulnerable again. So they try to, you know, just do different things to try to stay on top of things and not ever feel that pain or feel weak again. You know, but they just really becoming a monster, a villain, the thing that they hated the most. You know, and they getting the attention that they may have been seeking, but it's not the right attention. You know, and most of these women are posting half naked in the mirror on Instagram.
Mm.
You know, and then it just builds to a whole bunch of different things. You know, they're not getting a bunch of likes like they thought they would on certain social networks. So then next thing you know, they're in a strip club. And then if they ain't getting enough from the strip club, then God forbid they're probably try to venture off in their own little adult entertainment venture.
Mm.
And it's just a continuous cycle of whores. Being a whore, whoring yourself out. You need to be careful with women like that, because women like that could potentially get you killed. You're
Right.
thinking you're the only one dealing with this whore, and she tells lies and everything to keep from getting caught up, and you wouldn't even know it, but you're a part of a story that's about to get you killed just to get the heat off of her.
Son of Christ, man. I'm saying, give me Ecclesiasticus 26 and 22.
6 and 22.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are basically like all the, you know what I'm saying, correction scriptures. Like, watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? Watch how you behave around the people, you know what I'm saying? People around you. You know what I'm saying? On your job. You know what I'm saying? Just being out and about, man. At the schools. You know what I'm saying? Because when you don't watch your own mouth, you're in a sense destroying your own good reputation. You know what I'm saying? Your reputation means a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, rank matters too. You know what I'm saying? There's no rank amongst women, but as far as brothers, rank matters.
Right.
But you don't, you could be 1,000, 5,000, whatever. But if your reputation is bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say reputation is better than gold and silver. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Oh, well, I just wanted to say this. I recently, I believe it's been a few random videos popping up based on this topic. A girl was running her mouth too much and something bad happened. So, on either side of this story, let's say one girl got caught up in so many lies, she frustrated a group of women, and then she ended up getting jumped. And then she gets so heated from her punishment of her own that she brought upon herself.
Right.
She decides she want to get a vehicle and then run the girls over.
Damn.
I've seen videos like this. They've been popping up all over social media. But let's say it's the flip side. It's a bunch of girls they're the ones that spreading lies and everything, sort of picking on that girl. And because she don't have the proper counsel or don't know how to defend herself against wicked women like that, she just does what she think is best. Run them over, hurt them. Because the mind frame is a person like this or people like this don't need to be here no more. I'm doing this for the greater good. If I remove them from this planet, that's less bad people on this place to hurt somebody else. And that's not the correct way to handle things. But everybody is not has the knowledge of the ISUPK. So wicked things happen. And when you're not getting the proper counsel, or when you're not watching your mouth and you setting a curse upon yourself with your ill temper, you creating danger for the people around you. 6 people getting ran over
Wow.
by SUV, and it ain't a one time hit. It's a comeback and bloop bloop speed bump thing. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
That ain't what's up. And it's our people. You know what I'm saying? If we truly about loving one another or peace, like a bunch of y'all like to say y'all, I ain't for that drama. So if you about the drama, please don't come around me, yada yada yada. First of all, if you really about that, you do whatever you can to make all your people feel like they are loved, no matter what. Even the ones that do wrong toward me. You know what? I don't know what's going on with you, but I got nothing but love for you. If you want to talk to me personally or something, just hit me up. But man, I can't deal with this ill temper of yours. And what I find is when you say stuff like that, it may not be right away, but people eventually make their way to you. Be like, hey, did you mean what you said? Like I could talk to you, you know,
Mm.
because I got some things going on. And I mean, it seems like you the only one willing to listen. We have to be there for each other, and it's just It's just too much to say on that, man. Stray away from the ways of wickedness. It will save your life.
Right.
Period. No one can find fault in you if everybody is saying, man, he or she has been nothing but a brother or a sister to me.
So like, yeah. I'm saying you could go to 26. I mean, go up to verse 6. You know what I'm saying?
6.
Yeah. So
26 and 6.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like what you said, man, was real heavy. Like especially how, you know what I'm saying, with the sisters that just be running over people they get in beef with. You know what I'm saying? Like jealousy is man, that's a crazy demon, man. You know what I'm saying? Being envious of another sister. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that sister might have better hair or or her nails and toes might be better looking than yours or whatever. Whatever little insecurity it may be. Because that's where it really stems. You're so insecure about your own self, you hate what this other sister has. So you wanna tear down this other sister, you know what I'm saying, just because you hate looking at yourself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Read that scripture for me.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 6. But a grief of heart and sorrow is a woman that is jealous over another woman.
Right. So even, it might be just you and your husband. Your husband might be a man of one wife, and you still bothering the man about, multiple wives or whatever. Or shit, even in the world, you still suspect him of so-called cheating. It's really because you're not thinking about him. You're not thinking about helping him or building him. You're thinking about the other woman. You halfway lesbian because you're thinking about how, you know what I'm saying, how this other woman, you know what I'm saying, how she looked better than you or what she got more than you and this and that. Go ahead.
That was heavy what you just said. You halfway lesbian.
Right.
Because they really, a lot of these women are really on some homo stuff.
Right.
Because, I'm gonna stray away a little bit. I'm gonna bring it right back. Like in the club, these women be more into the women than they are the men. They dance on each other, this and that. They do that stupid thing, that stupid thing, man. You know what I'm saying? All that crap. They smacking each other on behind and all that. And when a man try to approach them, with all the false advertisement going on, because they wear says you can take me home tonight, but of course if you try to make that attempt, leave me alone.
It's like you walk up to them, man. You know what I'm saying? They've been twerking on each other, and you walk up to them trying to get twerked on. Now you looked at like you got a disease, like you shouldn't like women or something.
Like you looked at as if you trying to kidnap them.
Right.
Get away from my friend.
Right. You got cooties or something.
So then bringing it back from the club back to the topic. So you ain't really thinking about so-called betrayal trust. You're thinking this woman has what's mine, and what does she have over me that he couldn't just stay with me? I should be all the good he has in his earth. And really, a lot of y'all not all that great like you think you are.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Let's think about it. Even in the world, I.S.U.P.K don't celebrate none of these weak ass pagan holidays. But let's go with Valentine's Day. The dude go get the flowers, the chocolate, trips, all this stuff, clothes, jewelry. What do he get in return? The same box he been hidden since the first night he met you. What a gift. That is not a great gift.
And attitude.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go to another pagan thing. Birthdays. The man can show you the best love you ever experienced all your life. For a whole 3 years of knowing him, this man missed one birthday. He had so much on his mind, he forgot that one day. And you hate him. You quit talking to him. He ain't nothing to you. You know, so let's go for it. This man, now I'll take it to something petty and simple. He leaves the toilet seat up. You mad as hell. You go tell all your friends he ain't about nothing, all that crap. But you got a curling iron right here, hair products right there, nail polish over here. You got a bathrobe over here hanging over the shower. You got your socks at the bottom cabinet. You got some old, dirty, crusty flip flops right next to the toilet. Come on, man. Y'all not that great. Y'all don't clean. And today, let's just say it's a big, I'll give it 80%. Yeah, 80% chance. Women don't know how to cook today.
Right.
They don't know how to cook. And if they do know how to cook, they don't want to cook. Dude work a 12, 14-hour shift. He come home and, well, what you mean cook? You ain't what you want me to cook, yada, yada, yada. Like, come on, man.
Real talk.
Y'all not that great.
Cooking ain't even that hard now. All you gotta do is turn on the stove, and it cooks for you. You know all you just gotta do is mix in the ingredients.
Mind blowing.
Real talk.
YouTube it if you can't figure that out. Man, there's plenty of tools for cooking. Google, YouTube, Pinterest,
Right.
cooking channel, a friend, your mama, grandma, cousin, next door neighbor. Is come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man.
We ain't plucking chickens or gathering wood in the forest and stuff. Chicken is already plugged and ready to go.
Some of these women don't know how to fix a bowl of ice cream.
Damn.
Well, I'll be damned.
All you need is a scoop. It's already there. You know
They can fix some cereal though.
Cereal and milk.
Cereal and milk.
Go ahead and keep reading, man.
Con on one con. And a scourge of the tongue which communicateth with all. Verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. Shacking. I got you. Salah.
Shaking. You're right. Shaking.
I thought it was okay. Come on. Shaking to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
Right. Damn. So she just keep talking. She, you know what I'm saying?
Poison.
Right. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Poison.
An evil wife, and it's as if every time she talks, the man is just ow, ow. Like a scorpion. How it says. Man. He's always getting stung by it.
Slaggy, if I may.
Yeah, go.
Oh, okay. Today, women are so retarded. When they like a dude, they start insulting him.
Right, I experienced.
You experienced that dumb,
yeah,
that dumb shit. If you like, if you like me, just say something. Compliment me. Don't insult me.
Right.
You think you all that. You ain't all that. Meanwhile, you looking at your gray sweatpants, your package, your blessings. All you gotta do is say you want it, you like me. We can have some conversation, see where it go. You ain't gotta insult me.
Right. I'm saying, give me now jump down to verse 22.
Verse 22 on chapter 26.
Yeah, same chapter.
All right, this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 22. A harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
Right. A harlot shall be counted as spittle, man. Basically meaning a whore, she's basically, her value has been, she's basically worth nothing.
They for everybody.
Right. You know what I'm saying? She just has no value now. You know what I'm saying? Usually when women become whores, you can't go back. You know what I'm saying? You can't snap it back, So it's, there's no way for them to go back. So they just jump from next man to the next man.
Yeah, to use snap.
Right. There's no snap back, man. So when they You
Man, I
know,
got some weak ass pictures.
so when they keep going, man, when they keep jumping from the next dude to the next dude, even when they, so called get married, you know what I'm saying, they still looking for the next nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's been built in them to just keep going to the next nigga, even if, you put a ring on it or whatever you do.
Slacky, if I may.
Go ahead.
From women that I know and women that I don't know, you'll see somebody. Let's start off in high school. You'll see somebody that you like, and you just thinking, man, they so beautiful, yada yada yada. And hopefully around that time, because they start young, around middle school and some before that. But hopefully around that time she ain't had nobody. But still, you think she's so beautiful, you want her, and then you just can't get to her. And then after a while, you find out she's been married, penetrated. And then you find out that it wasn't just one guy. Now it's a concert that she liked to host,
Oh,
and it's just multiple men. He had her, he had her, he had her,
right.
and then after a while, that pretty, beautiful, innocent image you had of that girl just go away, and now you don't really want nothing to do with her. And a lot of times, what these young kids be doing these days is when they go through that emotion, they don't think, "Oh, this needs to be my girlfriend." They think, "Well, she letting everybody else, hit.
Yeah,
Let
right.
me let me see if I get my turn." You know what I'm saying? And that's what's so sad today. The value of marriage and being with somebody has greatly the value is decreased because think about it. Sex don't really excite nobody but young kids. Why is that? Because you've seen it too much on TV. A lot of you watch pornography religiously. Some of you are doing it with so many people and catching diseases. And it just the value has dropped when it's supposed to be something real special. First of all, sex is marriage. And every time you remarry somebody, it's supposed to be special because y'all got a bond. Man, this my hitter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I ain't feeling too good, when I ain't feeling too hot about myself, that's my hitter. You know, when I'm feeling good about myself, that's my hitter. When I just need something to do, that's my hitter. But if your hitter is getting passed around
Getting hit by everybody.
by everybody, you know what I'm saying? You don't
Yeah,
want
though.
that. You don't want that. Let's say some of y'all recognize a porn star in church
Damn.
and they trying to change their life around
Mm.
and they have a lot of flicks. You want to marry that?
Flicks.
Movies, whatever.
They like Netflix.
You want to marry that? I mean, mm,
See, that's why you gotta choose your women wisely, man. And
right.
if you're a brother, man, don't make a whore out of a sister, man. Don't devalue that woman to where she's worth nothing. I'm saying just because you wanted, a quickie or whatever.
Slovakia. Just
Right.
because your immature, wicked mind trying to experience everything ill in the world. It's a lot of girls that it be some good, innocent young girls, and they unfortunately hook up with idiot, a young idiot, or should I say, a young man who don't know better. Hey, he's trying to do everything with her. Well, she was gullible enough to let me be her boyfriend.
Damn.
So let me see if I can get her to do a threesome. And in a threesome, he's gonna try to make her do homosexual acts with another girl.
Right, right.
Man, let me see if I get her to smoke weed. Or some of y'all so wicked, man, I'm low on some money. Let me see, out of love. That's what they'll use. Out of love, if she'll sell her body to get me some money so I get these new pair of J's and yada.
And so,
Stop it.
and so, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're teaching her to do unrighteous. You're teaching her wickedness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're the man, she's going to follow you anyway. You know what I'm saying? She's watching everything you do. You know, like how a kid, you know what I'm saying, they absorb everything like a sponge.
Like a child.
You know what I'm saying? Well, she's the same way. And she's watching you. She's just absorbing everything you do like a sponge, man. So when you try to teach her these things, you know what I'm saying, you're basically you're making her a whore, and you're making her, you know, damn near worthless for the, you know, for the next man, because you're gonna put her away anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying, in this school we're gonna teach our women righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Teach them how to be real women again. You know what I'm saying? And to actually, you know what I'm saying, stay with one man. Go ahead.
Oh, so like I was gonna say, and while we're teaching women how to be equal to rubies in this school, we also gonna teach men to be as fine gold and learn to stay with whoever they lay with. Unless that woman want to go a separate way, fine, let her go a separate way. That's on her. But you are gonna take care of your responsibility. If you hit it, it's yours.
Right.
Forever. You can't give it to nobody else.
Right.
You hit it, it is all yours. You break it, you buy it. There's a little thin little layer inside that cave. When you break it, that's yours.
So go ahead and keep reading, man. Read the same verse and keep going.
Come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26, verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Right. A married woman is going to stay there.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? She's a tower of death. No, hold up. Read that part again.
But a married woman is a tower against death.
Right. A tower against death.
To her husband.
To her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, since she's going to stay there, eventually she's going to learn. She's going to learn how to be better. You know what I'm saying? And when you stay in one spot, you know what I'm saying, for instance, for example, this school, the longer you stay in this school, the longer you're going to be more and more like the leaders in this school. You're going to take on their personality, you know what I'm saying, the things they do. You're going to start dressing and wearing things like the leaders, you know what I'm saying, even in an organization. So in the household, it's the same way. You know what I'm saying? A married woman, meaning she's still there. You know, she's not a harlot. If she left, then she'd be a whore. You know what I'm saying? But since she's married, eventually she's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? She's going to get better and better. Keep going.
Verse 24. A dishonest woman committeth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband.
Right, a honest woman is going to, you know what I'm saying, make her husband, you know what I'm saying, you know, better. Like, he's going to want to do more. He's going to want to, you know, she's not going to bring a lot of drama to that household. You know what I'm saying? She's going to bring a lot of glory to that household. You know, she might be cooking for the brothers, and, you know, she might, you know, make sandwiches for the brothers at camp. And she's just a righteous sister. Go ahead.
So, like, when you have a good woman on your side, everybody notices and everybody gloats about her. Man, your woman this, your woman that. You know, man, I like the way that she cooks.
Right.
Almost every night. You know, I like the way she call and check on you.
How to cook.
Yeah, I like the way she call and check on you and say, are you good? Do you need anything? Man, I like the fact that she goes to work and she comes straight home and nobody says they seen her out and about with somebody else. Man, I like the fact that whenever there's drama in our circle, your woman's name never come up. Man, I like the fact that every time I come home, the house is clean. And when it ain't you, it's most definitely your woman who's been doing the cleaning. Man, I like the fact that your woman is very hospitable. She gives drinks and then she goes off to let us be men whenever I come visit. Everybody talks about your woman when she's being righteous and just a beautiful spirit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is like, man, they're gonna start coming to you. What can I do to get a woman like yours? Because I need that in my corner.
Right.
And that's what you want. You know, and it starts off with teaching them how to be women when they're young. And we have so many things going against our young women and men as
Right.
well. But we have so many things going against our young women these days. It's ridiculous. Like these dance teams and everything. You know, once upon a time, I was a fan of those and I liked watching them. But then after a while, I have to step back and realize they're whoring these young girls out because they're young girls and they teaching them to wear the shortest skirts, if any at all, legs all exposed, and they're bucking and twerking harder than grown women, some better than grown women. And that's a pleasant eye for a pedophile. And when they do that with small routines when they're young, it only gets advanced when they get older. And then they damn near rival strippers.
Damn.
Some of them, not a lot, but some of them are taught by ex-strippers how to dance. And that's whoring your child. Man, you gotta preserve the innocence of these young kids. And it's so much going against that right now. You know, you can't turn on the TV right now without seeing some kind of homosexual act on a show. It's damn near impossible. It's like a big movement all of a sudden. Every show has a homosexual character in there, man or woman. And that's not how things work. No, that's not normal. If you was born with the same equipment as me and I am a man, you are a man. This ain't no I am assigned or genetically modified. No, you're a man. God didn't make no mistake. Now, I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I like my coochies to be lubricated normally and not come with some instructions on how to lubricate.
Mm.
Go ahead.
Coochies. Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got men out here with sock made vaginas
Damn.
really think they some women. Yeah, it's a stocking. You know what I'm saying? You know, and our women root for it.
Oh shit, I'm tricky.
You're living your truth. I'm happy for you. That's not your truth. That's you're living your lie. Because at the end of the day, you can't do what a beautiful woman can actually do for me, and that's produce a child. You can't produce a baby. You know, just because you have a sick mind and you're mentally challenged, don't mean I have to be. I'm not going to acknowledge you as a woman when I know you're a man. You can't have Dennis Rodman hands and think for real. You can't have Dennis Rodman hands and think you what's a beautiful actress right now? Megan Goods.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz daughter.
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz daughter.
Yeah,
She is?
yeah.
Yeah, Lenny. Yeah.
Mm.
That don't even count. Sock made coochies. Come on, man. I like coochies that naturally was there, not had to go under a knife to form.
Damn. Fish scale.
You know what I'm saying?
Some biscuit.
Deceiving.
Real talk. Right. That's something.
And them are the people that really hate you. Black and Hispanic and Native American women, they hate you.
Right.
You fighting for them and they fighting against you. Because you're rooting for them until they get a man that you actually like. And then it's like, that's why I can't find a man, because all of them gay. But ain't that what you rooted for? Live your truth. As I like to say, live your lie. Ain't no sock made cooches in the I.S.U.P.K.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Right. All right, so give me the next Marcus.
Man, come on. This is verse 25. A shame, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Right. So a shameless woman shall be counted as a bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it says.
Because a female dog is
a bitch. So you can't, so when we see a woman, so like for instance, if your woman is putting up a crazy fight and she going up against you and she tearing down your household, she's being a bitch, man.
a dog.
Right. She being shameless because there's supposed to be rank and order.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's supposed to be order in the house. You know what I'm saying? So if your woman is acting as such, that's what she is. And these women out in the world, they're shameless as well. Most of them are, man. You know what I'm saying? They're very shameless. They're gonna go to the club, being looking half naked.
False advertising.
Right. And they're not dressing modestly. So they're shameless. I know a lot of sisters, they hate it, that B word, they hate it, man. You know what I'm saying? But if you're presenting yourself like that, well then shit, man, that's what you is.
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Nobody goes up to a police officer and says, "I'm so glad you're here. There's a fire on my house. Could you please put it out?"
Right. That's where we're at.
That's where we at, sir.
One.
Nobody's going to a police officer and saying, "I'm glad you're here. Can you please hook up the fire hose and put out this fire?"
Right.
And nobody's going to a fireman saying, "Excuse me, sir, I would like to make a report or ask that you put a restraining order against this man for me, or could you arrest this man for yada, yada, yada." So you're dressing for whatever attention you're ready to capture. So if you dressing up to where I can see your nipples through your clothes, or can tell that you're not wearing any drawers through your clothes, and you dancing on other women, please do not be surprised when you get treated or counted as a whore, because you're dressed as if you're a whore. And that's why I call it false advertisement. Not that any man should be looking for a whore, but for the men in the world that goes to clubs to see if they can pick a woman up and she's dressed like a whore, and then he go talk to her, and then she says, "Excuse me, I'm not a whore," or "Don't get away from me, I ain't no hoe," yada, yada, yada. Well, look how you dressed. That's the attention you wanted.
Right.
The worst thing I hate is when a woman is dressed inappropriate and she goes to pull down her skirt multiple times. You knew what you was doing before you came to that place.
Right.
You knew what you needed to wear. You knew the correct length you needed. You were just seeking attention. So what you tugging on your skirt for?
Right.
We gotta stop. We gotta reprogram our minds to stop being stupid and really start being wise about our decisions, because it is costing us greater things that you don't even really comprehend. It is dividing us even, and then you have the women who's not no better than the ones who dress like whores, but ones who actually are whores on the low. And they say the whores are getting all the husbands, and the husbands don't want the good women. Them women are no better, because them probably the women that's bringing all the drama and breathes like a fire-breathing dragon, just causing all the hell in the house.
Right.
Nothing can make you happy. That's division. I'm seeing a lot of articles with black women. It's like, "I can't find a good man." No, you can find a good man. You just so damn retarded and not mature enough to hold on to it.
Man.
It's you.
Right. So like there's plenty of good men, It's just that you're not really looking for good man.
Right.
You know, you're looking for, you really want another woman. So really, you
Right.
want a man to be just like you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's why, usually that's what happens in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's why your woman may be trying to tear you down because she really wants to be, she wants you to be on one accord with her and not the other way around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not the other way around.
Right.
Go ahead.
All these stupid, dumbass prefaces.
She's on one accord with you.
You know, oh, he's not tall enough. Well, he don't make enough money. Or I just don't know if, he's a great guy. I just don't think he's a great guy for me because,
He's a Libra and I'm a Pisces.
Right.
yeah, you got more faith in your horoscope than you do somebody's ability to communicate with you. And a lot of you women say, I need somebody who could communicate well, and y'all can't communicate your damn selves. Like, for instance, the simplest thing, this happened with a lot of you women. Tell me if I'm lying. What's wrong with you? Nothing. And that's a damn lie. You mad as hell about something. But you just don't want to use your tongue. You don't want to communicate. 21 and what, sir?
420.
4 and 21.
Yeah, it's right here. Go ahead, read it. It's at the top.
Come on. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 4, verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin.
Right.
And there is a shame which is glory and grace.
Right. So let's find out what that shame is that brings sin. That's what you officers are talking about. The shame that brings sin is when she wants to leave the house with her boobs all exposed, Daisy
Right.
Dukes, you know what I'm saying, got a print all in the middle or whatever,
Right.
or running something totally revealing, knowing damn well the sun's shining through and looking at a panty line. You know what I'm saying? But she says, you know what? I'm going out anyway. Whether her outer one is telling her to, or whether she's making up in her own mind, well, this is what America call that. This sexy, right? So the new whore is the new sexy. You know what I'm saying? So you see what I'm saying? So I'm sexy. This is good. Like you said, you brought up a good point. All the whores, the sexy women are getting all the men. So I'm gonna wear something revealing, right? So so without stopping herself or following what her outer one say. That's the kind of, read it again, the first part.
Come on, one con. For there is a shame that bringeth sin.
That's the shame that brings sin, right there. Okay, now keep reading.
Con. And there is a shame which is glory and grace.
Now the shame that brings glory and grace is just the opposite. When her outer one ain't around, because that's good discipline. When her outer one is not around and she's right there in the mirror going, yeah, this look good, it's sexy. What? In the house with my outer one. Mm-hmm. That's where it's sexy at. Let him see and reveal myself to him, right? But saying, you know what? Oh man, nipples showing through here. It's kind of, it's kind of revealing. She's shamed, but that type of shame brings glory. Right. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Con. I'm on y'all, officer 5,000.
Yeah.
Wise man right there.
Right.
But I would slack you, sir. Wasn't here for what I said earlier, but that's pretty much what I said earlier, where I was like, these women, they dress up
right
for all the wrong reasons, and it to be competing with women that's no better than them. And is they set an example for young women. And they're already being whored out by these schools with these dance teams, because there's really not too many good examples of what to be as a woman today. Because you turn on the TV, it's all kind of whores.
No, I mean, like what you had said was on point, like how they get dressed up, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. They're really doing it like how the scripture we brought up earlier, a woman that's jealous of another woman.
Right.
They're really just doing it
for the one.
Right, for each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why when you go to the club, they're also twerking on each other. You know what I'm saying? They dancing with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just for them two, or them five or whatever.
Right.
You know, they go out in groups and dance with each other. You know, it's really just to outdo each other and see how much more attention, you know, who can get the most attention, just like Facebook. Who can get the most likes? Who can get, you know, on Instagram, who can get the most likes? I'm saying it's the same way. So when they go out in public, it's all a competition with each other. That's why, you know, that's why I said earlier, I said they damn near homosexuals, they damn near lesbians.
Damn.
Right. Right. It's a lot, if I
Go
may.
ahead, yeah.
Why, really, what man in his right mind want to bring home a woman who likes what he likes? You know,
Like,
I'm, women, sexual dating wise.
oh,
Why would I want to bring home a woman who likes women when, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how we do. We got multiple wives.
right.
I don't want you liking my other wife like that.
Oh yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But also, when I'm gone, I don't want you trying to bring in no wife for yourself.
Right.
You know, well, that's a righteous man thing. You know, a wicked man, hey, have fun at it. And that's why we have so many diseases out.
Right.
And
So, like,
just,
and it's not polygamy, it's polygyny. You know what I'm saying? It's polygyny. You know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be all the man gets all the wives,
Right.
not
Polyandry.
right. Yeah, right. It's not we all get wives and husbands, and we all just, you know what I'm saying, white, black, Puerto Rican, everybody freaking.
well, Salakia, you
Right.
have so many women. You have so many women that's dumb as hell, and so much of whores that they're trying to get multiple husbands.
Right. Polyandry.
And that's dumb as hell. You want all that DNA just pouring up in you. You basically just want to be a cum dumpster and have babies for multiple men. That's
Yeah,
nasty.
cool.
Yeah, just nasty, man. Like you're making yourself, think about it, you making yourself a pod. Multiple men put babies in you and thank you. Or, you know, if you don't want babies, you know, you just kill a baby. You know, no biggie.
Trash.
Tie your tubes, making you more or less something. You know, it's kind of like a car. The more people that been in it, the less value it has. You know, con on one con. It's like a car. The more people that get in the car and owns that car, the less value that car has. You can't have a car being called new if it's been used by 5 owners.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a used car.
It's a used car, and the value depreciate each time a
As
new
soon as
owner
it
gets.
leave off the lot.
As soon as it
Right.
leaves
Yeah.
off the lot, it loses value.
Which is what Christ told
Except to its owner.
Right.
who
And
still
when
gotta
you
pay.
and guess what? Every time a new owner gets it, it's something wrong. The air don't work as quite as good. The seats are loose and broken.
Damn.
The seatbelt don't click right. The alternator is messed up. The radiator constantly leaking fluid. It
Damn. That's it.
something is wrong with that car. You know, you have some car lots that's gonna tell you what the deal is. If you purchase $1,000 car, you're gonna have $1,000 problem.
Right.
That's just what it is.
Right.
So appreciate yourselves. You know, this goes for men and women because men need to start looking at what they see attractive these days as well. If you constantly looking at a half-naked woman and saying that's what I want, stop. Something's wrong. You need to reevaluate yourself. We need to change our way of thinking, retrain ourselves to see what is acceptable. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting tired of these women half naked in the mirror because at the end of the day, she's really only going to the highest bidder. Or if she has a man and she's still doing it, she's really shaming her man. Why am I seeing everything he gets to see? That should be for him, his eyes only. You know, and then women do it so much to, you know, men try to follow suit with everything just to get girls these days. So women do it so much. Now you have men that kind of whore themselves out, posting all half naked in front of the mirror, you know, like a homosexual, trying to get likes and attention. Like, oh yeah, this gonna get such attention. Man, stop. We have to retrain our minds, do things differently. That's all I got on that.
Most High Christ, man. Give me Titus.
Titus.
No, give me Ecclesiasticus 25:20.
25:20.
Yeah, it's just one scripture, man. Go ahead and read it.
Come, I don't want to come. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25, verse 20. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the age.
Right. So the climbing up a sandy way is like the feet to the age. When you know what I'm saying, an old person trying to climb up a sand dune or something, you know what I'm saying, it can be very difficult. You know what I'm saying, because their age, they've been on Earth for a long time. Gravity has gotten to them. Keep going.
So is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
Right. So it's the same way, man. When you got a wife that just won't shut up, you know what I'm saying, or you've probably taught her to not shut up, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna weaken you. You know what I'm saying? You become a quiet man. You know what I'm saying? Because now you gotta battle with her every time. Every time you come home, you're battling with your wife. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, the metaphor was as if you were climbing up a sand dune. If you were climbing up a sandy way, it's damn near like quicksand, because you got a battle with your woman. You know what I'm saying?
Like, if I may,
Go ahead.
and we said this at the beginning of class, it is some women have the hardest time shutting up.
Right.
And it gets to a point where a man, before he walks in the house, probably before he even get in the driveway, his mind is like a clock, and it's like, all right, I'm about to go in here with this woman. Click, clack, and get ready. Because he got as soon as he go in the house, he got to start doing John Woo moves and everything to just to get in the shower. We ain't even mentioned the bed. Yeah, you got to go bye 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 bye, and that's why you bye, and that's why you bye. You know what I'm saying? And it's craziness, man.
Right.
It's craziness. I don't want to go home to a woman who don't know how to shut up every now and then. Like, you know, damn, you ain't got no show you want to watch or something. Like, leave me the hell alone. Like, damn, find something to do.
Right.
Call your mama, call your friend. Do you need a dog or something, a cat? Just something to get your attention off of me for a little bit. And this can be used with women too. For all you women that fighting against multiple wives, you might want that in your corner, because when he's getting on your damn nerves, you know what? Can you go to your other wife?
Real talk.
Please give me a break. I mean, you know, but hey, you know, we have to retrain our minds. We've been conditioned with so many foreign ways that it's not to our culture, that everything that is righteous is taboo to us now. You know, a lot of us we on this thing what we call ride the wave, you following the waves and everything, but our culture is the ocean that provides the waves. And many people are trying to destroy it and just dehydrate our resources.
So give me Titus 2 and 3. And this will be our last scripture.
Where's Titus? Where's Titus?
Titus is in it's not in Apocrypha. Here, I got it right here. Good. 2 and 3.
I don't want to come. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers,
Right.
not given to much wine,
Right.
teachers of good things.
Right. So you know, the aged women, the women who've learned all their mistakes, who've had enough correction and rebuke, and who finally get it. You know what I'm saying? Right, cougars. You know what I'm saying? They should be, you know what I'm saying, not at home drunk, not at home running their mouth and destroying the whole house. You know what I'm saying? Because that gets tiring to, you know what I'm saying, their husband. You know what I'm saying? But keep going.
Come. Verse 4. That they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children.
Right. So teach the younger women, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, even your daughters, train up a child. Teach your daughters to be, you know what I'm saying, sober, be peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Be, right. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Be a woman who, you know what I'm saying, a virtuous woman who's, you know, a man would want to have as a wife.
That's lucky.
You know what I'm saying? That's what, you know what I'm saying? So, especially a woman who's gone through, you know what I'm saying, so much correction, like how it says the aged woman. You know what I'm saying? Teach the younger women to do better. You know what I'm saying? To get in line. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, what you gotta say?
Oh, I was just gonna say, you know, nobody in the household is happy when a woman comes home upset, bitching at everybody. You know, because even the children, it's like, man, they are ready to disregard their innocence just to hurry up and be grown and get away from the house when they in the household with a woman who don't know how to shut up. You know, man, every time she come home, she just griping, yada yada yada. I did this, I did that. She still found something to gripe about. Man, I can't wait to get up out this house, man. And they start searching for everything that they don't need to be searching for just to stay away from the house, and then they end up doing some craziness. You know, nobody wins when the woman come home and it's just griping all the time. Everybody want to get away from her. You know, so really the moral of the lesson is shut the hell up.
Right.
Like really, there's no other way to put it. Shut up. Damn.
Right. So with that, go ahead. Sorry.
It's a virtue.
Right.
No one to be silent.
Right.
Y'all not some virtuous women at all, because y'all know how to shut the hell up.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Shut up.
With that, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna salute the brothers, you know what I'm saying, salute the sisters, you know what I'm saying? Men of Israel, Hamadim Shabbat, Hamadim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Rakatah, Sar, church, well, Yajmataj,
Present, sir.
Yajmataj, Sar, towards the sisters. Men of Israel, Hamadim Shabbat, Hamadim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Taba Hashem Yahshua. Yajmataj, dismissed.